Hello and welcome to Only Connect. The beach at Weston-super-Mare has offered donkey rides since 1886. Donkeys are much more intelligent than most people realise, and some say it's cruel to take these clever but anxious creatures, skittish, ill-tempered, antisocial and somewhat peculiar, and force them to parade about in the name of entertainment. Let's meet the teams. On my right, Andy Chrisley, a data analyst whose middle name is Fernando. James Buchanan, an investment banking analyst who can fit over 40 grapes into his mouth at one time. And their captain, Daniel Foskett, a bank worker who was rescued by the fire brigade after he locked himself in his parents' bathroom. United by a taste for tea, they are the Brews. Daniel, what's your team's greatest strength, do you think?
Hopefully a diverse range of knowledge, and we've all had a good, strong cup of English breakfast this morning.
I wondered where mine had gone. You will be playing tonight on my left. Jenny Forrest, a special education teacher who appeared in a Johnson's catalogue as a baby model. Belinda Weir, whose first job was selling donuts on a nudist beach in the south of France. And their captain, Oliver Forrest, a civil servant who won a Harry Potter lookalike competition without actually entering. United by their DNA, they are the Forrests. So, Oliver, who have you brought along today?
So this is my mum and my sister. And our secret weapon is that Jenny is pregnant with twins, so we're hoping the extra brain power will see us through.
A secret team of 5. We will kick off playing round 1. What is the connection between 4 apparently random clues? Forrests, you won the toss, so you'll be going first. Please choose your Egyptian hieroglyph.
Can we have the twisted flax, please?
Yes, you can. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
Any idea? Next. Ian Person?
Yeah.
Next.
Okay.
Who's
Who
the...
was that?
In a TV show called Desmond?
Yeah.
Is that right? Should go next.
Yeah, go next.
Next, please.
Meat.
So, types of meat. Beef, meatloaf.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Do they all share their names with types of meat?
They all share their names with types of meat. Who are we looking at?
We recognise Ian Botham in number 2, and
People will be wondering what's meaty about that.
Beefy.
Beefy is his nickname, quite right.
Meatloaf in the last one. Don't recognise the other 2. The third one, is that from Desmond, the TV show?
It is, that's Pork Pie.
Pork Pie.
Augustus Pork Pie Grant. He actually had a spin-off sitcom, I think, of his own called Pork Pie. And do you want to have a guess who the first one might be?
Any idea? No?
I don't know.
Tony Ham?
That's not it. Do you know over there?
Steve Gammon.
No, good guesses. It's T-Bone Burnett. T-Bone, the musician. Do you know what Meatloaf's real name is?
Well, it's Marvin something.
Marvin Lear Day.
Yes, but no, because it was Marvin Lear Day and he changed the Marvin to Michael in 2001. Now, if you want everyone to call you Meatloaf, why would you change your name from Marvin to Michael? Do you think it's possible this guy thinks a little bit too much about what he's called? All connected by meat. Very well done. Brews, what would you like?
We'll go 2 reads, please.
2 reads. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Maybe a homophone for a bird.
Yeah.
Called Cheapside in London.
Another one?
Yeah.
Next, please.
9.
German for 9.
No.
Yeah, another. Next, please. Oh, cheap cheese, 999, gimme. So they're repeated 3 times.
Yeah.
Tricolons or something.
Yeah. So we think these things are repeated 3 times to give us common or garden phrases.
I'll take it. Can you be more specific?
TV shows.
TV shows.
Names or phrases that lend themselves to TV shows as well. What do you think the 4th clue would have been?
Location, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes, location. And what do you know about those other shows? Tell me about Cheap.
I've never heard of it.
It was a Noel Edmonds show, which is a sort of sitcom and a game show at the same time.
999 was teaching about emergency resuscitation, all that kind of stuff.
It
Michael?
recreated emergency situations. Gimme.
That was the Kathy Burke comedy series.
Yeah.
That's right, a sort of odd couple thing. And location. Kirsty Allsop and Phil Spencer's show. Well done, for 2 points. Forrests, what would you like next?
Horned viper, please.
OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Next, please. 1952. What's that? Is it? It's the Queen. Forget this one. Next, please. 25,000 performances.
3 seconds.
The Proms?
Not it, I'm afraid, although it's a good guess. Brews, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
We'll have a stab at the mousetrap.
The answer is the Mousetrap. Very well done. What else has had 25,000 performances? I heard you saying, is it the Spice Girls? I think even they are not that old. Not the Spice Girls. Yes, broke the record of Choo Chin Chow. That's the show that was the longest-running one before. I think it was based on Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Moved to St Martin's in 1974, had an anniversary, and then 25,000 performances. Our question editor's father was the producer for many years of the Mousetrap, although he didn't write this question. Perhaps David McGahey wrote this question. We don't know. Very well done for the bonus. And what would you like for your own question?
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. What? Ah, it's the music question. You'll be hearing your lovely clues. What do they have in common? Time starts now.
Next, please. Horus, down.
It could be double words, or it could be directions.
Okay. Next, please.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Now it all said I welcome in his closing time. I was holding a hand was holding mine. Our coats
We've got
both
5
smell of
seconds.
smoke, whiskey and wine. As we fill up our lungs with the cold air of the night.
We think it's directions in the title.
It's not directions in the title. So a chance of a bonus for you now, Forrests.
Girls' names.
Girls' names?
Literally none of them features a girl's name. We heard the theme from Inspector Wexford. Down, Down was the status quo. Dr. Kildare, and lastly, Ed Sheeran, Galway Girl. They're Irish counties. Counties from around Ireland. That was the connection. Good news is the music question's out of the way, so you're free to choose, Forrest, knowing it won't be that.
We'll go for water, please.
OK, the water question. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Isn't it in French? What's the translation? Next, please. Claudio Ranieri, the Tinker Man. Is it? Next, please. 7 seconds. Or 7 seconds. Nina Cherry.
So what else could that be?
Next, please. Richard.
I'm not sure.
2 seconds.
End with OLO.
Good guess, but I'm afraid that's not it. Brews, would you like to have a go for a bonus?
We think N apostrophe is in each answer.
It's not about how they end, it's about how they start. And you recognise N'Golo Kante in the second clue, but it's N apostrophe. What are those other ones?
So it's Nestpa, I think.
Yes.
N'Golo Kante. And capital
N'Djamena.
N'Djamena, yes. 7 seconds. It was Nena Cherry, as you mentioned, but Nena Cherry and Yusun Dor. That was the name we were looking for. One question remains. Bruce, it's the line question. That's for you. I want to know what connects these clues. Here's the first.
Presentation process.
Any idea?
No.
No idea.
No idea.
Next, please. Well, there is oak, hidden, cloaked. So is there anything in obscured?
I think we're going to go next one. Whilst we're
Cured.
Cured. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So the actual thing is hidden in the...
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if there's a special name. Okay, so we think the actual thing is hidden somewhere in the clue. So, for example, oak is in cloaked, so oak tree, and cured is in obscured preservation process.
Are you keen crossworders?
Yeah.
Very well spotted. The answers are hidden within the question. Cure or cured in obscured preservation process. Cloaked tree. You didn't need concealed alcoholic beverage. What's concealed there?
Embarrassingly, I can't see.
It's ale.
Oh, yeah.
There's a delicious hidden ale and hidden division of the psyche.
Id.
Id is tucked away in there. The answers are concealed within the clue. Very well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Forrests have 1 point, the Brews have 7. On to the sequences round, where the teams may see a maximum of 3 clues before telling me what comes fourth. Forrests, you'll be going first again. What would you like?
Twisted facts, please.
The twisted facts. You'll be seeing picture clues. I want to know what sort of thing you'd expect to see in the fourth picture. Here's the first.
Next. What's that? It's like a life jacket, is it? Next, please. Is it Doctor someone? Nick. What could that be? Hick. Maybe he's...
Somebody running, is it Jagger? No.
Yes, Jagger.
Yeah.
Jagger.
Could it be a jogger?
What would that be?
Somebody
Jagger.
running.
Yeah, should we say that? Someone running? To mean jogger?
Not it, I'm afraid. I can see why you're thinking that. Unlucky. Brews, you've got another chance for a bonus.
We got anything? No, we're stumped on this one.
Now, you have it within your power because you recognised the person in the first clue, Mick Jagger, but you went too specific. It's just a Rolling Stone. You're right, that is a doctor in the third clue. Dr. No. A Rolling Stone gathers no moss. We wanted it Sterling Moss or Kate Moss, somebody mossy at the end there. You had the information in your fingertips, but it just slithered through, unlucky. Brews, what would you like?
Horned viper, please.
OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
No.
Anything within the letters that does? Maybe not as well.
Next, please. March, April, something. Can't see anything. No. Next, please. Top of Essex. Wessex. I can't see anything else. They're not airports or anything like that.
Wessex.
First. I think I count first Essex.
2 seconds.
We'll go first SSX.
Not it, I'm afraid. They were a nice guess. Forrests, your chance for a bonus now.
First JFK.
That's not it. This is to do with typewriter keyboards. The fourth letter on the first row of a typewriter keyboard is R, and under it is F and then V.
Oh, great.
If you look under the 3 on a keyboard, you'd find the E, then the D, then the C. Second, W, S, X, and in the first row, we want the first letter of each row, which will be Q, A, Z. It's a very quizzy thing, what happens on keyboards. Do you know any of the words that can be written using only the top row of the keyboard?
Typewriter.
That's one of them.
Prototype.
Prototype is another one. The more common word, rupture wart, of course. That's what most people will be shouting at home.
Repertoire.
Repertoire is another one. Actually, you're all over that keyboard. You're unlucky not to get this question. Forrests, what would you like next?
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
12 monkeys. Next. 9 lives. Is it an 8 monkeys thing? Or it could be 12, 9, 6, and 3. Should I go next? Next. Yeah, so it's something with 3, so 3 degrees. Oh, yeah. Blind mice.
For what reason?
So you've got 12 monkeys, 9 lives, 6 degrees of separation, and 3 blind mice.
An acceptable answer. We went with Amigos for the extra delight that they're all film titles. 12, 9, 6 and 3. It's mathematically the 3 times table going backwards, in our case, film titles. Do you know that the theory of 6 degrees of separation was tested by Microsoft in 2008? They studied the records of 30 billion electronic conversations among 180 million people and found it was nearly right. The average number of connections between people was 6.6. What's the scariest thing about that?
They know all that data.
They analysed all our conversations. Everyone knows everything we're saying at all times. Absolutely terrifying. So well done for the points. Brews, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, so there's one that we can put something at the start.
Okay, we can go.
Next, please.
I think we do the next one.
Next, please. Can't see anything there. Campus. 100 years. Can't see that.
Oh, maybe these are kind of groups of Roman.
2 seconds.
We're going to go for groups of Roman soldiers.
What would come forth in the sequence?
Oh, yeah.
Legion.
Legion.
Legion is the right answer.
Well done.
For what reason?
I think these are groups of Roman soldiers going up in size, with tent group being smallest and legion being the largest.
Yeah, that's exactly right. A contubernium, or tent group, is part of a century part of a cohort, and it's getting bigger towards legion, that consists of all of them. Very well done. Parts of a Roman legion getting bigger, legion being the biggest. Back to you, Forrests, for a choice.
Water, please.
Water. OK, what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
That's familiar. Is it she a witch? I think she's a witch.
Yes.
Next.
C, yeah, CD.
CD. Yeah.
CD, yeah.
Next.
4 elephants.
Oh, is it Discworld?
I think
It
it's...
says that they're standing on the backs of turtles, are they?
Yes. Okay. So,
Yeah, she's a big turtle.
Is the right answer. For what reason?
We think it's Discworld, the sort of structure of the universe you've got. Is Nanny-Og a witch?
Nanny-Og is a witch in
A
the Discworld
witch.
series, that's right.
On a disc, on the back of 4 elephants, on the back of a giant turtle?
That's right, and it could be any character from Discworld, but we've chosen Nanny-Og. That's right, Terry Pratchett's universe and its way of construction. It's all balanced on a turtle. Well done. Back to you, Brews, for the last question, the Eye of Horus. I want to know what comes forth in this sequence. Here's the first.
Don't know who that is.
That was finished. I think. Next, please.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Should we keep going?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next, please.
Something to do with the words.
What do you think?
People that name techniques after something.
So what would the next
Fosbury, Fosbury, high jump.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll go Dick Fosbury, high jumper.
For what reason?
We haven't worked out the sequence, just we think these are people who've got techniques named after them.
Oh, OK. I thought it was perhaps just an athlete you'd heard of.
Yeah.
But no, that's not a sequence, I'm afraid. So, Forrests, you've got the chance of a bonus now.
Haile Selassie, long-distance runner.
Wow, that came from left field. No, it's not him either. The answer is Sebastian Coe, middle distance runner. They are presidents of the International Association for Athletics Federations, and each one took over from the last, and Sebastian Coe took over from Lamine Diac. IAAF presidents. That means at the end of round 2, the Forrests have 5 points, the Brews have 9. Time for the connecting wall, and the Brews will be going first this time, so you have the choice, lion or water.
We'll go for water, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Contiki Bay, Catalonia, Paris Bay.
That's a Man on Wire when we were kings. That was they were documented, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe Inside Job.
Man on Wire to do. Yeah, no, you're right.
Maybe Inside Job. Any other documentaries? Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Islands, maybe.
Yeah, let's go. Right, start from start.
Barbie Doll Island.
Yeah,
Soviet
China
Union.
Doll.
So Soviet Union, isn't it?
China, red flags.
So Barbie doll as
Yeah.
well.
And they all got stars on their flag. Vietnam, Soviet Union, China. Is there any other?
Possibly New Mexico. I'm not sure about
Catalonia.
Should we try?
Catalonia.
So let's do those and keep eliminating one by one.
Or red and yellow flags, maybe.
Okay.
China, Catalonia, Vietnam, and Soviet Union.
Let's keep doing those.
Maybe New Mexico
Mexico
as
has a
well.
flag as well.
So take away Soviet Union. If you go
Take
with
away
the others.
China.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
Good.
And helium's HE, second on the periodic table.
Barbie Doll,
Helium's
China
a
Doll.
song by Sia.
Easter Sunday, Easter Island. No.
Cirque du Soleil, what could that go with? Something from being circus related.
Is it to do with trapeze or anything like that?
Maybe.
Balloon related as well. Cirque du Soleil.
Can I try a few things?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Sunday. That's Amy.
About the word ones. Is there a word one here?
Yeah. Can't see one.
Barbie's a barbecue in Australia. Helium Balloon. Islands a record company.
Should we go with the
20 seconds.
documentary?
So,
Yeah, should we just try
let's
that?
try some. Yeah. Try
Chasing Amy. Is that something? Last words of the Treasure Island.
No, that's it. The time is up and the wall has frozen. What a horrible one it was. Well done for finding anything. You did find a group, and what's the connection? Catalonia and so on.
Yeah. Red and yellow flags.
That's right, all red and gold flags. Well spotted. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There you go. Kon-Tiki, Cirque du Soleil, Sunday Helium.
Can't see anything.
Two of them are staring you in the face. It's to do with the sun. Kon-Tiki is an Inca sun god. Cirque du Soleil, the sun, Circus, of course, Sunday, and Helium from Helios derived their names from the sun. And the next group, Inside Job, Amy, When We Were Kings, Man on Wire.
So these are the documentaries.
That's right, they're Oscar-winning documentaries. Amy, you didn't spot, that's the one about Amy Winehouse. Those are the documentaries. And the turquoise group, China, Good Night, Island, Barbie.
We'll say dolls.
Close. It's girls. These are songs. China Girl, Good Night Girl, Island Girl, Barbie Girl. But that was a horrible wall, and you found a group and told me 2 connections. That is a total of 3 points. Let's bring in the other team now, give them the other connecting wall and see how they get on with it. You'll be getting the lion wall. You've got 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay.
So we've got Bugs Bunny. Is Harvey a rabbit? Harvey's a rabbit in a film. Frank is a rabbit in Donnie Darko. So we've got rabbits.
Yeah, rabbits.
Bigwig's a rabbit as well.
Bigwig is a rabbit. Okay.
Must be another rabbit somewhere.
Harvey might be something else.
Ferdinand could be.
Lombard is a film star. Is there a film star being...
What's the Lombard film star?
I can't remember. Carol Lombard.
Okay.
Ferdinand's a bull. Are there any other bulls? King Ferdinand. Don't know. I think you need to put some rabbits in.
Yeah, just give it a go. Bugs Bunny.
Lombard's not a rabbit,
No?
I don't think.
Okay, what else have we got? Honourable. Like something like your honourable something. Bigwig. Bigwig's a rabbit.
Harvey's a rabbit. Do we try Harvey? Vandal, Goth. Something else.
Okay. Yeah, Vandal, Goth, sort of old
Gangs.
Lombards. I feel like that's a thing.
Yes, that sounds like a thing.
What else could we have? Rascals.
Could that be?
Ferdinand's maybe. Honourables.
You've got Wing, Angle, maybe.
Wing Man. Blue Whale, no.
Right Wing, Right Angle.
Yeah,
Right Whale.
Is a right whale a
Is it
thing?
right whale's a thing?
What else have we
Yes.
got?
Right
Right
guard.
honourable.
Right.
Right guard. Like the deodorant.
Yeah.
Okay, Right God.
Okay. What else have we
3
got?
lives now.
So Dynamite,
What's
Lombard.
Harvey?
I'll do it quickly.
Lombard.
Losing time, so.
Well, what else have we got? We've got Goths, Vandals, like old sort of
Harvey,
tribes.
Ferdinand, Lombard.
30 seconds.
Harvey,
Okay.
Ferdinand, 30 seconds, okay.
Go on, let's do it.
Well, okay, Harvey, and Lombard, and what else is like a rascal? Right. So Angles is a thing, Goths is a thing, Vandals definitely a thing. Should we try Lombards with that?
Yeah.
You solved the wall with your last life in just a few seconds to go. What about the connections? Bing, Frank, Bigwig, Bugs.
Rabbits?
They are the rabbits. I think you might have guessed Bing. He's from a CBeebies show.
Yeah.
They're all rabbits. Wing, Whale, Guard, Honourable.
You can make phrases by putting right before them.
Right Wing, Right Whale, Right Guard, Right Honourable. And the next group, Goth, Vandal, Lombard, Angle.
These old tribes.
They're medieval tribes, absolutely right. And the turquoise group, Rascal, Ferdinand, Dynamite, Harvey.
Oh, are they sort of the second word in Mercury Prize-winning music act?
You pulled that out of the bag like a rabbit from a hat. Franz Ferdinand,
Ferdinand.
Dizzy Rascal, E.J. Harvey, Miss Dynamite. Very well spotted.
Well done, Francois.
So on this incredibly difficult wall, you found all the groups, you told me all the connections, and you get a bonus. That's the maximum of 10. Extremely well done. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Forrests have 15 points, the Brews have 12. And if you'd like to take part in the next series of Only Connect, then why not go to the website bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect and find out how to apply. So it's changed around as we go into the missing vowels round, which will decide who goes straight through and who has to play another game to try to make round 2 of the competition. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of clues are all online security questions. Forrests.
Mother's maiden name.
Correct. Forrests.
Favourite city.
Correct. Brews.
Name of first pet.
Correct. Forrests.
Last school attended.
Correct. Next category, things that are sticky. Brews.
Treacle.
Correct. Forrests.
Flypaper.
Correct. Forrests.
A stick.
Correct. Forrests.
A spider's web.
Correct. Next category, they're all from the Great British Bake Off. Brews.
Showstopper.
Correct. Brews.
Hollywood handshake.
Correct. Brews.
On your marks, get set, bake.
Correct. Forrests.
Soggy bottom.
Correct. Next category, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Forrests.
Hansel and Gretel.
Correct. Forrests.
Rapunzel.
Correct. Brews.
Sorry.
Too long. Forrests, you know? Too late for you to tell me. It's Little Briar Rose. The noise has sounded for the end of the quiz, and I can tell you that finishing first and straight through to round 2 with 24 points, it's the Forrests. And an honourable second with 16, it's the Brews. Good quizzing, Brews. You had that nightmare wall. You're unlucky there, but you'll be coming back for another game later in the competition, so hopefully you'll get a better one next time. Thank you for visiting. Forrests, you're straight through to the next round. Very well done to you. Thank you for watching. And before we go, a quick apology to members of the Only Connect fan club. The address for our annual Knees Up was published on the website as usual, but for a laugh, it was encoded and written in ancient Cyrillic. Well, this meant that on the night, only 923 people knew where to go, and due to a potential mistranslation, 341 people went to a different Black Swan pub. Apologies. Goodbye.